स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 11, Text number 18. Maitreya Uvacha Kritam Teta Dvaparam Cha Kalischeti Chaturyugam Divyerdvadasha Bhirvarshai Savadhanam Nirupitam Maitreya Uvacha Kritam Treta Dvaparam Cha Kalischeti Chaturyugam Divyerdvadashabhirvarshai Savadhanam Nirupitam Maitreya Uvacha Kritam Treta Dvaparam Cha Kalischeti Chaturyugam Divyerdvadashabhirvarshai Savadhanam Nirupitam Maitreya Uvacha Kritam Treta Dvaparam Cha
Divyerdvadashabhirvarshai Savadhanam Nirupitam
Uvacha Maitreya said, Kritam, the age of Satya, Treta, the age of Treta, Dvaparam, the age of Dvapara, Cha, also, Kalihi, the age of Kali, Icha, and Iti, thus, Chaturyugam, 4 millenniums, Divyai, of the demigods, Dvadashabhihi, 12, Varshai, thousands of years, Savadhanam, approximately, Nirupitam, ascertained. Translation and prepared by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Maitreya said, O Vidura, the 4 millenniums are called the Satya, Treta, Dvapara and Kali Yugas. The aggregate number of years of all these combined is equal to 12,000 years of the demigods. Purport. The years of the demigods are equal to 360 years of humankind. As will be clarified in the subsequent verses, 12,000 of the demigod years, including the transition periods which are called Yuga Sandhyas, comprise the total of aforementioned 4 millenniums. Thus, the aggregate of the above mentioned 4 millenniums is 43,20,000 years. Hare Krishna. So in the previous verse, Maitreya was addressed by Vidura, that previous two verses, that he should speak about Pitradeva Manushyanam Ayu Paramidam Smritam Paresham Gatima Chakshva Yesyu Kalpad Bahirvidaha. So you tell about the duration of the life of Pitras, Devas and human beings, especially those who are beyond one kalpa. Duration of those one kalpa means those who don't undergo, so those who don't become subject to this annihilation at the end of the day of Brahma. So then Vidura addressed him, Bhagavan Veda Kalasya Gatim Bhagavato Nanu Vishvam Vichakshate Dhira Yoga Radhena Chakshusha. So he addressed him with some particular words here, Bhagavan, Dhira. So Bhagavan, he is Bhagavan. Bhagavan in the sense spiritually powerful. Prabhupada, he translates. One who is spiritually powerful. In the purport, if you see, Prabhupada writes about devotees because of this word Bhagavan, because Bhagavan means Bhagavan Maya. Acharyas have commented that he was Bhagavan Maya, means devotees are generally Bhagavan Maya. Bhagavan Maya means Krishna conscious. They are also called as Bhagavan because of that. So in this way he is addressed as Bhagavan. And Dhira means he is not influenced by or agitated by material surroundings, material agitations. And Yoga Radhena Chakshusha, he had vision which was developed vision because of his attaining Yoga Siddhis. Yoga Radhena means Yoga Siddhis. So mystic potencies. So now based on these qualifications, he is going to speak about time, divisions of time, relativity of time. What is a time scale in higher realms? So he is going to speak based on these qualifications. Now if you compare Albert Einstein with Maitreya Muni, Einstein is a bacha actually. If you compare these qualities, Bhagavan, Dhira, Yoga, Radhena, Chakshusha and all. So, okay, Einstein is relatively better than general mass, more intellectual, has more developed thought than normal people of this world who are struggling for bread, butter and sex and sleep. But if you compare Maitreya Muni with or Einstein, so Maitreya Muni you cannot compare basically. So Maitreya Muni is far, far, far superior, super excellent. Bhagavan Veda Kalasya Gatim Bhagavato Nanu. Another thing to know here is, if you see, this discussion is happening 5,000 years back. Vidura was there 5,000 years back, approximately 5,000 years back. Discussion between Vidura and Maitreya is happening. But these discussions are also given in Surya Siddhanta. Prabhupada in the first Adi Leela, first volume of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he writes because there in the 3rd chapter of Adi Leela, so Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was elaborating on how long this Krishna Prema was not distributed. Anarpita Charim Chirat Karuna Yavatirna Kalo, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and distributed it. So how long it was not distributed? So Krishna appears in one day of Brahma, then immediately after that, so Lord Chaitanya appears in the 7th Manvantara of 28th Yuga cycle. So these descriptions, time scale descriptions are discussed there. Then in one purport Prabhupada he says that these calculations are given in the authentic astronomy book known as Surya Siddhanta. A Bengali translation of this book was compiled by the great professor of astronomy and mathematics Bimala Prasad Datta, later known as Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami, who was our merciful spiritual master. He was honored with the title Siddhanta Saraswati for translating the Surya Siddhanta, and the title Goswami Maharaj was added when he accepted sannyas, the renounced order of life. Now if you go to Surya Siddhanta, when that was discussed, Surya Siddhanta, when it was revealed, so that was just towards the end of Satya Yuga. Like now, this discussion in Srimad Bhagavatam, which we are studying, happened just towards the end of Dwapar Yuga, and that happened just towards the end of Satya Yuga. That means Treta Yuga plus Dwapar Yuga. So how much it will be? So approximately 2 million years. So 2 million years before, more than 2 million years before this discussion, our Surya Siddhanta was revealed to Mayadanava. Sun God revealed it to Mayadanava. Actually it is not Sun God, his expansion. Sun God, he says, you can't tolerate my Teja. Nor do I have time to tell you all these things, he says. So he sends one of his expansions to reveal, so answer the questions of Mayadana. And Surya Siddhanta was revealed. Now from this verse, what I want to say is that Bhagavan Veda Kalasya Gatim Bhagavatanano Vishwam Vichakshate Dhira Yogam Radena Chakshusha. So here Maitreya is going to speak his own vision, his own understanding. See now, 5,000 years back, whatever Surya Deva has, Siddhanta. So 5,000 years back, so whatever Surya Deva previously he had revealed, it was part of the culture. Everyone knew about it. So it is not that only now we know Surya Siddhanta. We don't know actually, or know about it. It was part of their knowledge. But still, why Vidura glorifies Maitreya as one who has developed vision due to his attaining mystic powers. Yoga Radhena here also means, yoga word is discussed in a Nirukta dictionary. Yujjate nena durgateshu kareshu. So yujjate nena durgateshu kareshu. One can perform extraordinary activities, the power to perform extraordinary. Durgateshu kareshu means. Prabhupada quoted this verse. Anyone remembers? Yujjate nena durgateshu kareshu. Yoga means. Nirukta. Nirukta is Vedic dictionary. Nirukta is one of the Vedangas, just like Jyotisha is one of the, Surya Siddhanta is one of the Vedangas, Jyotish Shastra. in 9.5 Purport Prabhupada, because there Pashyame Yoga Maishwaram, yoga word comes there. You behold my mystic opulences, powers, he says Krishna to Arjuna. Anyway, now that means from that angle, if you want to see this, Maitreya has such powerful vision by which he can see those difficult things, that which is difficult to see for others actually. So that is the meaning of Yoga Radhena. So now, although they know Surya Siddhanta was widely known, definitely we understand. We can easily conclude like that or understand like that in those days. Still Maitreya is going to speak. So from this also we can understand that he is going to get, here in Srimad Bhagavatam, we are going to get some points which may not have been discussed in Surya Siddhanta. After all, Surya Siddhanta is just Vedanga. It means that more or less it is a supplementary Vedic literature. Supplementary means it helps to understand Vedic literature basically. Basically, Jyotisha was used for determining exact times for performing Vedic rituals, different times, etc. That was the main purpose of that Jyotish Shastra, of discussing everything. So in this way, here this Maitreya's description is there, and then there is Surya Siddhanta is there. Krishna also speaks in Bhagavad Gita in a very brief way, just in one or two verses, about Brahma's lifetime, Brahma's day, night, etc. So we have all this, and personally Krishna is speaking means Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is. Although one rascal commentator on Bhagavad Gita, he said Krishna's description is speculation. He is such a rascal, he doesn't have any clue, and he is writing of clue of Vedic knowledge, Vedic culture, Vedic darshanas, Vedangas, etc. And he doesn't know that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So such people are passing out as scholars, commentators on Bhagavad Gita. So rascals. Anyway, so here in this verse, 4 millenniums are called Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yugas. The aggregate number of years, all of this combined is equal to 12,000 years of the demigods. So one full Chatur Yuga, that is also called as Divya Yuga. So Divya Yuga or one Chatur Yuga is equal to 12,000 years of demigods. So in the purport you see here, the years of the demigods are equal to 360 years of mankind. 360 years of mankind means how much? How this is derived actually, 360 years of humankind. Our 360 years is equal to 1 year of demigods. How this calculation is arrived?
1 day is equal to 6 months. 1 minute, 6 months.
Yeah, Uttarayana, Dakshinayana. Uttarayana is the day of demigods. Then their Dakshinayana is, our Dakshinayana is their night. So in Surya Siddhanta it is said that this is opposite for demons in the lower planetary systems. For them, our Uttarayana is night for them, and our Dakshinayana is day for them. But for demigods it is opposite. So anyway, it is there. That means 6 months, 6 months. So that means 1 year of, our 1 year is 1 day of demigods. So then such 30 years will be what? Our 30 years will be 30 days of demigods. 30 into 12 is there 1 year. So 30 into 12 how much? 360 into so 360 is years is 1 year of so demigods. So now 360 years is 1 year of demigods. So here it is 12,000 years. If you multiply 360 into 12,000, how much it will become? 43 lakh 20,000 years. So that is full Chatur Yuga. Full. So these things are given here. And so like Prabhupada, he says that all these things are given in Surya Siddhanta. Now a little bit to speak about Surya Siddhanta. It's a part of Jyotish Shastra. There are 18 Siddhanta books are there. Siddhanta Shastras they are called as. Among them 2 are very prominent. Surya Siddhanta and Siddhanta Shiromani. So Surya Siddhanta was given by Sun God, and Siddhanta Shiromani he was written by Bhaskaracharya. 1000 years back he was there, 1000 years back. And similarly there are other Siddhanta Shastras. His guru Bhaskaracharya's guru Brahmagupta, he wrote Brahma Sputa Siddhanta. So, but Siddhanta Shiromani is very famous among all. Of course, Surya Siddhanta, and it is original. Surya Siddhanta is the original and basis of everything. All the Jyotish Shastras. So these Jyotish Shastras are considered as Vedangas, especially Surya Siddhanta, which was used for calculating proper time for Vedic rituals. So like that, there are 6 Vedangas are there. Vyakarna, Siksha, Chanda, Nirukta, Jyotisha and Kalpa. So these Vedangas are very empirical in nature. If you want to say science, equivalence in Vedic parlance, if you want to find equivalent for modern science, which is empirical in nature, means they claim that it is empirical. So these are the empirical sciences among the Vedic literature. So, and they are very empirical in nature. So therefore we can call them as Vedic sciences. These are actually Vedic sciences. Of course, these are the sciences, we can say. Why? Because even modern science, although claims to be empirical, and ultimately it ends to be just a belief. Belief. We have to just believe what scientists say. So Surya Siddhanta gives details about all these divisions of time and relativity of time. I will not go into all some relevant verses I would like to read from Surya Siddhanta. Pranadikatito murta shrutyadyo murta sangakaha sadbihi pranair vinadi syata. Oh my God. Tat satya nadika smrita. So long without breaking up samasa is given here. I'm reading English transliteration which is not so properly presented. Okay, anyway, transliteration. So there are two kinds of time actually, real time and unreal time, which is in Sanskrit it is actually Murta and Amurta, it is called as. I don't know how whether we can translate it as a real time and unreal, whatever. This Amurta time is described in terms of Thruti, what we are discussing here in Srimad Bhagavatam. And Thruti, you all know, is equal to 1 by 33,000.
8 by 30,500.
8 by 13,000.
135.
So here another description is given, 1 by 33,750 seconds. Anyway, you can try to work it out if it is, whether it is different or it is same. Okay, 6 pranas make 1 vinari. Vinari means pala, 1 pala. And 60 vinari make 1 nari. That means 1 danda. Danda word is often so like that. So that means 1 phala is equal to 1 by 360 part of the day, and 1 danda is equal to 1 by 60 part of the day. You can calculate in terms of 24 hours. So you will get the point. So then next verse, Nadishastu nakshatram ahoratram prakirtitam tatrinshata bhavenam saha Savanorkho daistata. 60 naris constitute 1 sideral day, ahoratra, and night. 30 ahoratras and nights make 1 month. From one sunrise to the next sunrise is 1 savana or civil day. These are given clearly. So basically these, how they are empirical in nature, now you see it is, we can directly experience this, right? 1 day means from beginning of the sunrise to sun setting. 1 sunrise to the next sunrise. So this whole, in the beginning it goes where we can directly experience, then it goes beyond our direct experience. So there we come to the point that we cannot see, ultimately we cannot see everything or observe everything, right? So then Aindravasiti Vistadvat Samkrantya Saura Uchyate Masair Dvadasha Bir Varsham Divyam Tada Uchyate. Now we came to this verse of Bhagavatam here. A lunar month, Masa, is determined by lunar days called Tithis. Lunar days are called as Tithis. Tithi means you try to understand. A solar month is determined by the entrance of the sun into sign of a zodiac, Rashi. So according to Rashi, 12 months make 1 year, which is 1 day for the demigods. We discussed our 12 months is 1 day of demigods. Masair Dvadasha Bhir वर्षं दिव्यं तदो उच्यते. सुरासुराणां नाम अन्योन्यम अहोरात्रम viparyayat. I told that. What is day for demigods is night for demons, and demons. What is night for demigods is day for demons. Now this one is a little difficult to, for me, I have one doubt in this connection, because in 5th canto of Bhagavatam it says that sun doesn't enter into lower planets. So we don't know how to work it out. I am not saying Bhagavatam is wrong or this Surya Siddhanta is wrong or whatever. We can't understand, work it out. I don't have much knowledge about. Okay. Meaning of the daytime for one is night time for the other. So tastiti suragana sarguna divyam varshama suramevacha. 360 celestial days. And nights constitute 1 year for the demigods and demons. Both demigods and demons. So that is what in the purport Prabhupada writes in this today's purport, right? The years of the demigods are equal to 360 years. Either days or years, whatever. तद्वादशसहस्राणि चतुर्गमुधाहृतं सूर्याब्ध संख्याद्वैत्री सागरैर्युताहतये. 12,000 of these divine years. So these divine years, they are called as Divyamana. Make one cycle of 4 ages, Chatur Yuga. Tadvadasha sahasrani chatur gamudharatam. Chatur gamudharatam. Here in this verse what it says? Divyer dvadashabir varshay savadanam nirupitam. Same thing is told in a different words actually. 12,000 of divine years make one cycle of 4 ages. So here it says combined, the aggregate number of years of all these combined is equal to 12,000 years. So Suryabda Sankhya Dvitri Sagarair Yutahataye. So in other words 43,20,000 solar years it says. Then text 16. This is from the beginning, text 16 of the first chapter. Sandhya sandhyamsa sahitam bijje vidneyam tatcharyugam kratadina vyavasteham dharma dhavyastaya. Sandhya sandhyansa sahitam vidneyam tatcharyugam. So sandhya sandhyamsha. So sandhya and sandhyamsha. So that means there every yuga would be Kali Yuga and Dwapar Yuga. Every yuga would be having sandhya and sandhyamsha. So that transition period, between two yugas, Yuga Sandhya it is called as. The 4 ages set Mahayuga is composed of a beginning transition period and an ending transition period called Sandhya and Sandhyamsha, respectively. The difference between the Krata Yuga and other ages is determined by different levels of virtue of each. The lengths of each are calculated as follows. You see here, Kratadino Vyavasteham Dharma Padharma Dhavyastaya. Dharma dharma apadharma, davyavastaya. What is the significant difference between the characteristics of these ages actually? Apart from that, the duration, their duration is different, time is different. Apart from qualities, in terms of qualities, what is the difference? Dharma and adharma, how much dharma is being followed? Accordingly, these ages, they differ. So, how significant it is, you see. And if you read Prabhupada purport to 8th chapter, 17th verse, when Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Haryat Brahmana Vidu, there Prabhupada, he explains the qualities of these yugas actually. So, and particularly mentions about how dharma goes on reducing, virtue. So here Surya Siddhanta, it's basically actually that purport is based on this Surya Siddhanta description. Just exactly taken and put there. Yugasya dasamo bhagaschatu चतुस्त्री दिव्येक समगुणः क्रमाद् कृतयुगादीनां सस्तांस संध्ययो स्वकः. Here you see युगस्य दशमो चतुस्त्रिदिव्येक समगुणः. The length of each age along with the starting and ending transition period is given as the 10th part of the 4 ages taken together, multiplied successively by 4, 3, 2 and 1. You got the point now? The length of each age along with its starting and ending transitional period is given as the length as the 10th part of the 4 ages taken together, multiplied successively by 4, 3, 2 and 1 respectively. So first you 43,20,000 43,20,000 divided by 10 into 4 is equal to Satyuga. Into 3 is Treta Yuga, and into 2 is Dwapara Yuga, and into 1 is Kali Yuga. Or you can do other way, like we do. 2 times of Kali Yuga is Dwapara Yuga, 3 times is Treta Yuga, and 4 times is Satya Yuga. So next verse. Yuganam Satate Saika. Okay, now that is one thing. 1/6 part of an age's length constitutes the transition periods starting and ending. What is the Sandhya time? Exactly, it is given here. 1/6 part. You can calculate. 4 lakh. How much it will be? 4,32,000 years divided by 6th. Is a transition, Sandhya time it is. How much it will come?
72,000 divided by 6 it will be.
No, 4,32,000 years divided by 6. 72,000.
I know. 75.
So that is the Sandhya period, beginning and ending together. So exactly given. So next verses I will not read from Surya Siddhanta, they are connected with the next verses of Bhagavatam. Okay. So this is a time scale which Maitreya has given, Bhagavatam has given, Sun God has given, and other great astronomers are given. So modern relativity of time, understanding, scientific understanding of Western scientific understanding of relativity of time is nowhere near to this. So they should be taught about this, they should be told about this. They are uninformed basically. And we have to justify it empirically if they want. It can be done. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, he discusses this in few verses in the 8th chapter. Incidentally, as a part of his urge for all of us to, he is urging that we should not remain in this temporary material world. Even though we may have a long duration of life, still again we have to come back to this material world. Abrahma bhuvana loko punaravartino arjuna mam upetya tu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. So Abrahma bhuvana loko punaravartino arjuna means even if we go to Brahma Loka, again we have to come back to this Martya Loka. That is one meaning. Another meaning, Prabhupada used to say that even in Brahma Loka there is repeated birth and death. Taking from the previous verse, which says Dukhalaya Mashashvatam. Dukhalaya because there is birth, death, old age and disease. So similarly, so there is repeated birth and death. One has to. So we should go back to Krishna. Mam upetya tu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. If we go to Krishna, we will never come back. If you choose to come back, you can still come back. Free will is there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any questions, comments? Year of the demigods, technical term for that. Our 360 years. Okay, what do you want to do?